Hello, kindergarten, and welcome back to art. I'm so happy that you're here with me. And this week, we're going to do a project using some things found in nature. So what I'd like you to do is when you have time, you don't have to do this today. You can just watch the activity, but maybe go outside in your backyard or where you have some leaves and notice what's happening. The leaves are starting to turn color. Now, some of them I have here are these beautiful dark greens still. And I found some of these leaves dried up and they kind of turn into these interesting looking tubes. Do you see that? And I also went outside and I found this beautiful green leaf. This is called a hydrangea leaf. But as I started to walk, I started to discover that some of the leaves are starting to turn, and this green leaf had now turned a beautiful yellow ochre. I also found this really pretty red leaf, and I found some of these little seed pods that come out of the trees, and they turned brown now. And I also found some of this really cool tree needles. So I thought, what if we take the stuff that we find in nature and glue them to a piece of paper and see if we can make a picture? So let's give it a try. I'm gonna pan you down here and you can see that I have a white piece of paper. And what I did was I have my bottle of glue, but to make sure I can paint the leaves with the glue nicely, I put some of the glue inside this little cup. I have my paintbrush here and I'm just gonna dip it into my glue and I'm ready to start. So let me move my camera down so you can see. All right, so here's my white paper. And I think I wanna start using these little pine needles. Something about these, they're making me feel like they look like a nest that I might see up in a tree. So I think what I'll do is I'll paint some glue onto the paper. Just scoop it out and put it on. Do you see why a paintbrush is handy now? And I'm gonna glue some of my pine needles into the glue. And I'm gonna try to make it look like a little bird's nest because I think I'm gonna make my leaves look like they're little birds sitting in the nest. But when you're looking at your leaves, you might come up with other pictures. You might want to try to make a dinosaur or maybe a little house, or maybe you see something totally different. So I'm going to just pour a little glue on that to hold that down. And I'll hold it up for you so you can see it. I know it's a little hard to see, guys. And this stuff takes a minute to dry. So I'll hold it up when I'm done here. So now I see this nice yellow leaf that I think this is gonna be my bird body. So I'm gonna take my paintbrush and just paint the back of the leaf just to get some glue on it all over. And by using that brush, I don't get any drips, do you see? So I'm gonna pop this dude right here. And maybe this is the big bird in the nest. And I see this leaf right here, and I think this is gonna be the bird's head. So I'm gonna just paint my leaf, and I'm gonna pop this guy right here. Oh wow, look at that. And when I hold this up, I'll turn it around. Do you guys see my bird nest with my bird inside of it? So now, you know what I'll do? I'll work upside down. That way you guys can see. I think I'm gonna take this pretty green leaf here and let me put some glue on it. And this is gonna be maybe a little green bird in the nest, and he's sitting down there. See how I just pressed it down? And I think I'll use this green leaf that, oh, look at that dark green on top. Right here, isn't that pretty? So I think I'll take this one and put a little green, glue, sorry. And I'll stick this guy's head right there because they're both looking for the same thing. They're looking at the same thing in the picture. So there. So do you see the two birds sitting in the nest? And now what I can do is I can take a marker or a crayon. I have this black crayon pen here. And I'm gonna draw my little eyes on my bird. And I think this guy looks a little like a turtle, don't you think? So I think I'm gonna take these two leaves here, this leaf right here, because it kind of blends with his body. Put some glue on, and I think I'll stick a little wing right here. There we go. Now he looks like a little bird. See his little wing sticking up? Isn't that cool? So what I can do is I can take maybe some of these long pieces right here and just put a little glue on them. And I think I'll stick this one right here. Whoop. And maybe I'll take that black pen, or you know what? I actually have my crayons here from when I did my pirate map, right? So I'm gonna find a color that kind of blends with that leaf right here. And I'm gonna continue to draw and make, whoops, that has to dry, but I'm gonna make some branches, and that's gonna be another tree in the background. So let's see, how does that look? Do you see my little birds? Isn't that cool? Let's try another picture. So my birds are off drying, and I'm gonna pan you down here, and let's try another picture using stuff from outside. So I can't wait to use this big leaf, and I thought my little baby bird was looking like a turtle. So I think I'm gonna try to make a gigantic turtle, maybe a tortoise, right? So I'm gonna put lots of glue on the back of this guy. And sometimes you have to just plop it on, smooth it out. And you can also use even the back of the leaf or the front of the leaf. That's up to you. But I'm gonna stick this down here, I think like that. And this might take some time to dry because of the vein in the leaf is kind of thick. So you can always put like maybe a book on top to let it kind of press down. And I'm definitely gonna use these little whirly bird things to become the turtle's feet. So there's one. Here is two, and they're side by side. Here's my third little foot sticking out. Put it back here. Here's my next one. And I'll put one here behind that one. And you can see I'm already starting to see an animal. And do you see here is the turtle's tail, the little point. And I'm going to take, let's see. I think I have this leaf here. Is that too big? Oh, this one's perfect. And this I'm going to make into my turtle head. So I'm gonna blend, or put some glue on. Just stick it on. And I think I'm gonna turn that leaf that way. And this guy needs an eyeball, a little turtle eye. Boop. And I think I'll use one of these little leaves that are rolled up to make it look like the little turtle's walking on a log, maybe by the water. And maybe I'll take some blue and I can put in some water down here to make it look like he's crossing a little bridge. So put some wiggles in. But you see now my little turtle. Do you see that? Isn't that cool? So let's pan you back up. So hopefully he'll stay on the paper. So there's my turtle. And here is my bird nest picture. Isn't that great? So boys and girls, do you see how you can start to play with nature, especially now because it's turning into autumn, when all these beautiful colors are here for us to use? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep making some stuff. I have this red leaf here I can't wait to use and experiment with. So give it a try. All you need is some paper, some things from nature, and some glue. and see what you come up with. Use your imagination. I can't wait to see them. You can always have mom or dad email me your pictures at pricet@pearlriver.org. So have fun. I can't wait to see you again. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, boys and girls.